All right, welcome back, baseball fans, to the 69, 70, 71, 72 carryover draft prep. And we're in the exciting expansion division, the National League Mountain, home of the Arizona, Colorado, Las Vegas, and Portland expansion teams. These videos tend to be long because there's actually lots of cards here, but they're also not very good lots of cards, and you'll see that shortly. We're going to start Arizona Diamondbacks. Boy, they really got hit hard in the 84 loss. They lost Bob Brenly, Brett Butler, Joe Carter, Ryan Sandberg, Claudio Washington, Fernando Valenzuela, Bob Welch, and Tom Underwood. Wow, that's going to be tough. Really going to be tough. Let's see who they bring back. Kurt Blefary comes back with Dave Boswell, Chuck Dobson, Paul Popovich, Phil Reagan. So these are your farm system guys. All right, we saw him last year too. Philippe Alou, try number 2 to get into the league on Arizona. This attempt is slightly better than the 69 attempt. This one hits 271, 575 at bats. At least I think he's better. I'm getting Jay Alou and Philippe Alou mixed up. Maybe. But anyway, this one's good enough, possibly to replace a right-handed outfielder like Joe Carter. Next up, Jim Harden. And he's got the Oriole pedigree, and the ERA is good enough, but when you look at the card, you're left scratching your head hoping for something better, and it's not there. So let's keep moving. Here's a lefty, Chris Short. Well, he's a lefty. There you go. He's okay. 4.30 ERA and 199 innings. Well, I mean, we do have to replace 2 lefties on the team, so we'll put him in the cart. We just won't check out, I guess, right? John Strohmeyer. A guy gets righties out in the bullpen to replace Bob Welch, perhaps, but his ERA is very high, so I don't know. Mr. Bob Spence is a first baseman who, doesn't do a whole lot, does he? Hits with power, and that's about it, and hit 223. So, Marv Staley. Well, here's a second baseman who bats left-handed, and that's about it, really. He doesn't hit very well either. 218. Don Hahn. Always a good defensive outfielder, but his defense isn't even that good this year. He's a 4 in center field, which is very strange. The on base is good, though. That's intriguing. But he's not as good as Philippe Alou. So, and he hit 255. Yeah, I don't see Arizona improving anytime soon. Next, we have the Colorado Rockies. The fun guys of the Summer League. The boys of summer. They lose Steve Bye-Bye Balboni, Brian Downing, Rich Gedman with a great card, Jim Morrison, Dwayne Walker, Bud Black, and Dan Petrie. Ron Reed will be coming back and will be going into the rotation. They currently have Sid O'Brien, Bob Tillman, Dick Drago, Rick Monday, Schellenbach, John Kennedy, Mel Queen, and this is the Ron Reed card that they're bringing back, so we turn it over and add it to the possibilities. And we talked about he's going to be going into the rotation. This one is not as good as the 69 one, so that means let's put him at the back of that, because there are going to be better Ron Reeds to choose from. Now, Andy Costco, we saw him in 69, and he had power both ways. Doesn't have it here. And yeah, this is not a good Andy Costco card compared to the other one we saw. This Joe Haig's a little bit better than the 69 Haig card we saw. His defense is good. Yeah, this is a good card. I like that. That's good enough. Good enough card. Has the homer walk thing that the Rockies like. He had 271 and 451 at bats. He's okay. Definitely draft worthy. Daryl Patterson's getting better than he was in 69, which is a good sign, though he still walks too many guys. 485. Dave Moorhead, here's your... You wouldn't want this guy in your rotation, but in the bullpen, he's all right. 361, just too many walks. Lou Krause, he's okay. You know, ultimately these guys are going to get into the league just because they're all about the same. So it's just like pick one, you know. Jackie Brown. Now, Jackie Brown actually has some good years coming up, so definitely not this one. Wait till he gets a little bit better than that. So, yeah, I think Joe Haig is probably be the guy from this box, and then maybe one of these pitchers to fill a roster spot. But they were the best team in the division last year, and there's no reason to think that one of these other teams was going to get better than Colorado. So it's all about the competition in their division. Las Vegas, boy, this is a bad team who lost a lot of good guys. They lost Al Bunbury, Leon Durham, Dwight Evans, Carney Lansford, Bill Schroeder, Ernie Witt, 16-1, Rick Sutcliffe, and Mark Langston. They bring back Ted Kubiak, Ken Berry, Woody Fryman, Blue Moon Odom, Mark Shamsky, and Jim Rowland. Now, one of the things to consider, too, just briefly, is that improving guys they already have might actually be worth it on a team that's this bad. Question is, I don't think Kubiak, Berry though, this Ken Berry might be better than the current Ken Berry you have, thereby making him an everyday center fielder, not a platoon. This Woody Fryman looks like he's better. Well, I don't know. Blue Moon's definitely worse. Shamsky doesn't have as much power. Jim Rowland, that's a good Jim Rowland card. So, I mean, that's one thing to consider, too. If you can't find a free agent, just improve the guys you have. And then just take a free agent at the end of the draft. Wow, do you need a catcher? Because this guy's got power both ways and hits decently. John Bacabella. We do lose Ernie Witt, who's left-handed, and Bill Schroeder is right-handed. So this guy replaces a little bit of the pop you had in Bill Schroeder. He had 5 homers, 145 at-bats, and luckily the homers are pretty evenly distributed lefty-righty here, which is nice. And he has a column of hits and a 5.10. It's all right. I mean, obviously he's not great, but good enough to get in the league. Rick Austin, he's a left-handed guy. He's good enough to get in the league, and suddenly Vegas isn't as horrible. Ken Brett. You might want to drop anchor with Ken Brett now so that you can make him a lifetime Las Vegas player. Just keep renewing his card every time it expires. You know Brett plays a long time. So this card's not even bad. That's triple fly out, singles out, single out, starter 7. Take Ken Brett. So now Las Vegas is not that bad. You got Bacabella, you're thinking about Brett, maybe even Austin. We still got guys to look at. Jim Nelson, Ray Washburn. No, actually, I think Ray Washburn was actually already in the league, which is fine since he stinks anyway. Jim Price and Mike Jorgensen. Yeah. Well, it looks better in 69 and 70 than it did in 69. And lastly, Portland. Portland lost Mike Brown, Jim Pankovitz, Terry Poole, and Chet Lemon. They're going to trade Burt Blyleven, Jesse Orozco, Ed Nunez, and Reichert, their bullpen. So they bring back Bob Barton, Mark Belanger, Nelson Briles, Ray Culp, who's actually better. You can improve Ray Culp if you want. Pete Reichert, he's already great. You don't need to improve him. Ray Sadecki's not any better. Alan Gallagher's not any better. And here's the Blyleven card that you can bring back or you can trade. And obviously, if you're going to trade this, you know, he's only a starter 6, though. I don't know how much you're going to get in a trade. 164 innings. You definitely have to trade the rights to Burt Blyleven, though, to get assets. Here's Byron Brown. We saw him in 69. Same amount of power both ways. Not much. It's okay. But, you know, probably a 243 hitter. 248. Al Weiss. He was a better defender in the previous year. And Ty Klein. We saw this card last year. Was it on this team or a different team? On base. Extra base hits without homers. A 2 in center field. Could replace Terry Poole. Terry Poole could hit lefties some of the time, though. And Barth Johnson. I think known him as to be Bart Johnson, but they put an H there. 480 ERA. Probably not. Well, you know, this is like the weakest division because it's got 4 expansion teams. And you know, you only have 24 baseball teams now to pull from instead of 26. So these teams are really going to suffer. Frankly, it's looking like a dead heat again, with the Rockies probably being the team to emerge. With that, none of the 4 look like they're going to improve dramatically here. And that does it from the Mountain Zone in the National League. Thanks for checking out the video.